drum.
Hey, it felt longer this week, that intro. It just felt longer. No? Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not 2014. It's not.
I know. No, it is 2014.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not 2010. It's 2014. Relax. Okay, let's just relax.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another show of EPL Across the Pond. World Cup Wednesday. We're going to South America this week with Brazil 2014. Before we start, if you've not already done so, adjust your seatbelts. We're live. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. If you've not done so, please subscribe on YouTube. You can see all the clips. You can see all the little fun little extras, behind the scenes stuff. Also, give us a follow on Instagram. That's where we pretty much spend the majority of our time posting stuff for the trends, the clips, all that kind of good stuff. So if you've not done also already, Gary, what's taking you so long?
I don't understand why people haven't done it already, mate. We're literally getting hundreds of thousands of views every week on some of these clips, mate. So if you haven't done it already, it's on all three platforms, right? On YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's at EPL Across the Pond. This is, of course, World Cup Wednesday. We are in already. There she is. We've got we're getting the messages from Krista already, which can mean only one thing. We're welcoming Jay back to the show this week.
Is this a welfare check? Is there a welfare check in place so she knows where you are? That you say, I'm just going to the basement. Just go to the basement to jump online and talk football for 45 minutes.
She turns the lights on. She gives me some water. And then as soon as you guys turn this off, it's all off.
How you doing, mate? How's your week been?
It's been great, mate. Yeah, thanks for having me on again. It was awesome last week, so I'm happy to be here again and looking forward to another trip down memory lane today.
It's interesting. The fact that you've got such a big fan club, mate, is the reason, it's one of the reasons why you get you back on, if we're honest. But, and in fairness, how many times, I don't know if it's just because of the algorithm or anything, but that comment last week about Maradona's shirt, I've seen about 4 or 5 different shows now bring up that same thing about the Steve Hodges, the shirt that he sold for £5 million wasn't, like, it technically wasn't a real shirt, was it? It was just like a shirt from the shop, stitched on a badge and stitched on the numbers as well. But it's interesting how the algorithms work. But no. 2014 this week, Brazil. Not a good outing for a number of high-profile teams, but we'll get to it in a minute. But what's your first thoughts when you think about this, lads?
Me personally, I was going through an interesting personal time in my life with the separation of marriages and all that kind of good stuff. But I thought it was a great World Cup. I watched parts of it in Los Angeles, California, Orange County, and then other parts in Austin, Texas. From a neutral, it was a great World Cup. Some wonderful goals in this tournament, which we'll talk about today. Some fantastic games. You can't do a World Cup in Brazil without having everything about it, right? Beautiful women, beautiful beach scenes, sexy football, the whole 9 yards. It's just coincidental that England were arguably the worst ever tournament they've ever had. And Jay's got a Spain shirt on, and they had an awful tournament as well. But great teams, great tournament. One of the good ones, I think. One of the good ones to look back on. About you, JJ?
Yeah, loads of fun. Loved enjoying it, watching it. Disappointing, obviously, from the English perspective. I think the heat always is something that I remember. Those you see them playing at halftime and they just dripped, right? Those jerseys just wet through just because of the heat and the humidity, which you can use as an excuse, right? Being European, but at the end of the day, it wasn't a good one for England because the European team still won it, right? So. But
they're going to deal with that in the summer. There's not going to be any colder this summer with the games in Florida and Mexico. It's going to be another toasty one. Gaz and I were talking before this. Just got to quickly talk about England for 5 seconds. If you look at the squad they had for that tournament, it was awful. We were just reading some of that. I'm not going to name names because they might be watching the show. They might be fans of the show.
I'm almost certain that Ricky Lambert is not watching this show.
But it was a transitional period, I think, for England, because after that, obviously, you got the dark times of 2018 and Roy coming into place, where probably one of England's worst group changeover teams of players coming through the transitional period now. So we'll leave that behind because there's a lot of football, a lot of good football, a lot of good players at this tournament we can focus on as well.
Yeah, defo. A couple of stats for you if you're in for it.
This was a good
one. This one was a good one because for us anyway, the time zone kind of matches up on the East Coast, didn't it? So the games were pretty consistent, so you felt like you could watch them. It was the first World Cup that used goal line technology, which when we did World Cup 2010 a couple of weeks ago, and you see Lampard's goal or no goal, it was one of those where it definitely needed it. It was the first. I'm looking at my notes here, lads. It was the first World Cup in 32 years that there was no Nordic countries in the entire thing. So Scandinavian, Iceland, any of those teams weren't in it. Right? What are you laughing at now?
I'm just reading the chat.
Has someone come into the chat already? I can see you. Oh, this guy. He's a day early, and as ever, he's $1 short, and he's got a nice picture of me on as well. He's not on the golf course anymore. No, we're saving that one for tomorrow.
He's trying to throw it up.
Yeah, we're saving it for tomorrow.
You were saying I lost concentration.
You see me
seconds.
in a tuxedo and lost your head. It was Colombia, first time 16 years that Colombia were in it. The last time we saw them at a World Cup was when England beat them 2-0 in 1998. And it was the last, this is a mad stat. There's 4 teams that it was the last time they qualified for the World Cup. Those teams were Chile, Greece, Honduras, and one more. Can you guess it?
Go on, Jay. This is what you got your back for. Earn your money.
New Zealand.
Italy. This was the last time you saw. This is the last time you saw Italy at a World Cup, and it's going to be
when you don't get that prep time before, right? Your mind's not in it. You're running around. You got to get your head in the game. He'll come back. I know he's going to come back. He's going to pull a stat out of nowhere for this one.
I got another little stat for you if you want one.
Lay it on.
Do you know about the Budweiser law for this one?
Go on.
So in Brazil they don't serve alcohol in the stadiums, or it's illegal. So there was like a Budweiser law that Budweiser used to get alcohol sales to be allowed in the stadiums during the period of the World Cup in Brazil. So they could sell, I don't know if it was just exclusively Budweiser, but beer, alcohol in the stadiums during the games for the World Cup because they had that much power and weight to pull into it.
It's similar things in Qatar, didn't they? Budweiser is one of the main sponsors, or I don't know if it still is, but different ways they'll do to bend to put it in there. They'll probably put it in Coke cans or something like that, and all. They're not going to lose their money. They're not going to lose the money, that's for sure.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right, I have a quick one for you. Quick question before we get into the next round. And you know I love the next round because that's all about, because there's a lot of games we can get to today as well. We will talk about a lot of stuff. But the first question of the day, what was the mascot at Brazil 14? What was the mascot of Brazil 14? And as ever, listen, if you've got an opinion, you want to get involved in the chatter, if you're going to ask about Liverpool, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow for our preview show. But if you've got anything World Cup related in 2014, I'm half hoping every Kev pops on and tells us that this is second least favorite.
Worst.
Yeah, second worst tournament. But what was the mascot of Brazil 14? Do you want to take a mad stab? Just while we see if we can get out of the way early.
Oh, I know it. So, I'm the mascot king. That's what... When I go, I tell you what, there probably wasn't a Kinder Egg surprise of this one. Maybe there was. I didn't know that.
He probably just had a plush toy. So the mascot for this one was, I'm gonna buckle this name, Flecko. Is it?
I was going to say fellatio or something like that, but fellatio.
No, none of that.
It was an armadillo. It was an armadillo.
I've got a picture of him somewhere as well. I got a picture. Look at this. Look, Chris again. Bless her.
He's here. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere.
Next week, he's a staple now. Next week, Chris will have bought you every single mascot, and it'll be lined up on the back wall. You know it.
Absolutely down the stairs before we know it, right?
Do you know what? Last time I was back in England was a couple of years ago now, and I had the Italia 90 Ferrari Testarossa, and it's still at my mum's house, and it's still used to collect cars as little. It's still there. It's still boxed. So I wonder if that's worth anything now, but. I'd love to still have that little Kinder Surprise egg from '86 because
that's not a giveaway to Italia 90, is it? You saying that the mascot wasn't a Ferrari the next time we do it?
No. That was just one of the toys, one of the things. That was 90 was one of my favorite World Cups, and being a kid, I collected as much stuff as possible at that time.
How funny is this? You know what? It just goes to show you, doesn't it, that everyone's going through something every now and again. You two are kindred spirits, you know. You and Kev are kindred spirits.
We were, mate. I don't know if Kev was on it earlier, but I was got divorced early in the next year, but that was the beginning of the end that summer as well. It was, not gonna lie, it's all good.
Look at this, like we're opening up over the air.
Yeah, we're opening up. We've all been there, you know.
Play some sad music over this now, just to sort of reset the time as he tells his story.
We could do the official song of the World Cup, because that was a stinker in my opinion, but different kind.
Go on, listen. If you want to go into that, was it Pitbull? That's when
it was Pitbull and the opening ceremony.
Yeah, when Jay turned up with his glasses on, I thought that's what he was doing, his Pitbull impression. That's why I won't wear sunglasses, mate, because I'm like Mr. Worldwide in disguise, aren't I? Like a miniature version.
We're just here for the jokes. Just here for the jokes.
It
was "We Are One" by Pitbull.
Have you got it on your phone?
Yeah, I do actually. Obviously, it's not saved in my iTunes, but we were listening before the show. But
can't really hear it. I'm actually kind of glad. It sounds painful. Anyway.
Yeah, but he's took the money and he's happy, so you know.
He is happy. So, all right. So we'll go on we'll go to the next question anyway, because it'll be a little less painful than A, listening to Pitbull, and B, talking about an armadillo. All right. So the next question before we go to the kids.
If you've just tuned in for the first time and it's your first show, or if you're a sponsor and you're thinking about, joining the show as a sponsor, it does get better.
It really does. It really does. It's a good segue though. But the next question before we go into the next round is, which nation made the debut at 2014? Which nation made their debut in 2014? And look, kindred spirits, I'm telling you. Kindred spirits. Okay, so before we go into this, we've got a good announcement, right? I don't know if I'm hoping a lot of you follow our Instagram and everything else, but we managed to have a chat with an affiliate, and we've managed to secure an affiliate for our show, right, Chris? And if you look,
yes,
I'm modeling. I know you're not modeling yours yet because it hasn't come through in the post yet, but these t-shirts, I've got Valderrama on this week. Good friend of ours, and the guys over at Nummer Zane. I hope I'm saying that right. They're basically number 10 in German.
Okay.
Nummer Zane.
Is it Zine? I think it's Zine.
Is it Nummer Zine?
Yeah, I zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sieben, sechs. I think it's Zine.
I've kind of got the Rodney, the Del Boy. I've kind of got the Del Boy German thing going. That's about as good as it gets for me. But the whole point of it is, anyway, it's a small independent company. And the tagline, I'm going to give you the tagline if you're ready for this, mate. Because again, these t-shirts are good. I'm telling you, and it kind of went in it. They're not official, just undeniable. Teas that spark conversations and connect from the gym to the bar to the street. We're the game, belong with permission. This isn't a replica culture. This, Chris, is an identity.
Let's see it, Gary. Stand up. Make sure you got shorts on tonight.
I am standing up. I'm only little, aren't I?
Okay, there we go.
It's cracking out. Nice. I don't know if you've seen if you've seen the Zidane one that I've got as well. Is that
the one that you bought a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, that's the one. It is a little bit too tight for me. Jay, you might be getting that one.
Size up. That's what you're trying to tell us.
But they are the quality is excellent. They are they're good quality, and I will thoroughly endorse it, and I will almost guarantee that we will do a better job of promoting that next week.
With the Zidane one, was it you or Kel that put it in the wash to abuse it?
Someone, I'm not saying who, because I can't say a bad word about Kel there now, but somebody put it in the washing machine.
Somebody in your household.
Someone in our household that only two of us live in.
Right. Did the cold wash and put it in the dryer, and it just, Yeah,
dangerous. Honestly, I'm waiting for that comment to come flying over across the screen in about 2 seconds as well. But so all right, so past that, but yeah, Nummer Zane. It's got. If anyone knows how to say it, put it in the comments.
I don't speak German. I can't help you.
Me neither. You don't need to speak German though, because it's all about the passion on your top. And I love this. I've got a number of them. Liverpool. He does Premier League ones as well, but he does if you want to do a request, I'm hoping by next week we can get some sort of promo code to go with it as well.
I requested England's best player from this World Cup, and there it is.
Yeah. He had Ricky Lambert, but it was written in invisible ink. All right, okay. Right. So when I asked a couple of people this, like last week or 2 weeks ago, I asked you, Jay, I think, what was your favourite World Cup ball? And this was one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was a good ball. I thought I had one still, so I was in the garage earlier trying to see if I could pull it out, but I've you have balls and they get lost, don't they? But love the bazooka.
It was a good one as well. You could hit it dead hard as well. I can hit the ball dead hard as well, Chris.
I've seen it. I tell you what, I can't remember who was calling you out on that, but I've witnessed it. Yes, it was 2003. Yes, it was at some kind of girls' high school complex or something like that. But I've witnessed it, Gary. I've witnessed it.
Good.
It's also, if anyone's noticed, put in the comments, it's also the official ball of EPL across the pond.
It is
World Cup Wednesday.
Yeah. If I take it off the screen, there it is.
It is.
It took us all these weeks to get to it, but that is the official ball. And there's a reason why, lads. There's a reason why. Okay. This is the best bit in it. This is the best bit. I love all this.
I know where we're going now. I know where we're going. You feel comfortable now?
Yeah, I'm in my flow state now. All right. So kits. Jaff. Jay, give us your thing. Give us your thoughts on these kits.
I think I'm wearing my favourite kit right now.
Oh Jesus, you are, the Spain kit. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a part-time job working at for a Soccer Post, running one of their kiosks at the mall, just selling all gear for the World Cup. So we started in the Thanksgiving of 2013 and went all the way through. It was brilliant. So I just sat there with all the jerseys and I loved it. So crazy discount, so I ended up with a bunch of different tops. But yeah, love the Spain one, love the Colombia one as well. Any of the Adidas ones for me were brilliant here. The Croatia one's pretty sharp too, and the nice pop of the red and white checks there. But yeah, really like the Spain, just the gold trim, love it.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you, Chris?
Gary and I have a favourite, and it's normally the same nation when we pick these out, and it's your bottom right. It's your bottom right.
Japan always
love the badge, and they always have some kind of like sparkles or some kind of like, I don't know, flashing on something. Belter.
I like it. They have a little flag on the top. I do. That jumps out at me. Ghana. I like Ghana, like the white and black. And Croatia's a cracker. England was, you know what? England kit just about sums up England. Just vanilla, bland, miserable. France, not a terrible one up there as well. This is when France kit started to become proper.
They went for that dark blue, didn't they? They went back to like the traditional royal blue. Nice kits. The
USA one wasn't bad. It was more like a tennis top though. But
I tell you, the worst one on there is arguably Italy's, because that was when they started going for those like hugging shirts, wasn't it? It's got that awful button on it and stuff. And if you're a player and that's your shirt, you can't really size up because it's just going to look not going to fit right. And
the match ones, going back to the little job I was doing, we had some of the proper ones that were stupid amount of money, weren't they? But they had like rubber inside them to stick. So that whole it was bizarre, very bizarre design.
Yeah, not all about. I mean, it wasn't great World Cup for kits, but again, there is some good ones in there. All right. So we'll go back to the question that we started before the kits. I love the kit stuff, mate. I love it. All right. The question was, Jaff, do you know this?
I do know this, yeah.
We haven't had anyone in the comments yet as well. So if you want to throw your guess in there.
You want me to go?
Oh, hang on. Oh, no, it's Chris again. She loves the Argentina kit.
It's not Argentina. It's not
Argentina. Bosnia-Herzegovina. Correct answer, right. Jay.
See, we talked about this before. It's whenever we get these questions come up, I always think about, if it's not obviously something that's like mega and it makes the press and everything, it's normally a country that's rechanged its names or split up or gone in a different direction. You know what the one we could have for that? The first World Cup where it was Germany instead of West Germany. That'd be a nice little question, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
When was that?
94.
94, wasn't it? It's a good one. Because you forget that West Germany, and actually, we'll talk about it in a minute. This final was the same final as 1990 when they were West Germany.
And 86.
Yeah.
That should have been the question. That should have been the question.
Nah, it's too easy. Listen, if I could get it straight off the bat when I'm not even thinking about it,
then true.
All right, before we go into the games, and there were some belter games in this World Cup, this is the next question for you. Jay, I know this is going to be a good one for you. I think you might get it. But again, if anyone has an idea and wants to ping in the comments, get in the comments and get something on there. We've got a couple of people engaging tonight. It's good stuff to see. I'm glad. It's great to see Chris getting involved, but it's also great to see Evie Kev. All right, okay. Next question. Name 2 players from the European countries that scored a hat-trick at Brazil 2014. 2 players from European countries, hat-trick at 2014. All right, what have we got?
I just got excited. My pals joined us.
Guys down from Houston, I love this. I was just going to say, where is the SAS? I didn't know. Now he's here. All right, where do you want to start with these games? Because there was some belters.
Oh, shit. Starting the group stages, I guess, because there was some pretty interesting, shocking games in the group stages. Let's start at the beginning, right? That's the place where we start everything at the beginning. Big teams didn't make it out the group stages. Some quality teams that, I think we were talking about this before. I'm just trying to pull up my phone now. The group of death, which everyone talked about, which is pretty much England's group. Come on. Muller yogurts. The group of death, which is Group D, Costa Rica, Uruguay, Italy, and England. On paper, you'd have thought Italy and England would be your top 2, but they finished 3rd and 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Neither went through to the next rounds. I just remembered quality. That was the first really World Cup where Cavani registered up for me. Suarez as well. Was Suarez at your lot back then, or where was he playing at that point?
Yeah, that was the end of the season where we nearly won the league, wasn't it? And Gerrard slipped.
Right.
But if you think about this as well, Spain's first game as world champions against Holland.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a repeat of
game of the tournament. That was my game of the tournament. Or one of the games of the tournament.
Is this one? Where is it? Give me a sec.
Yeah, the flying header, isn't it?
Is that?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So, how on earth? You can't even believe it, can you? Obviously, Chris. We talked about this before, Chris. We can't afford the rights to show the video to this.
No.
Unfortunately.
So the takeout from this game for me is Spain were winning 1-0. I think it was Xabi Alonso scored a penalty, and this is literally right on half time. Holland not played bad. But you're losing 1-0. You think get to half time, losing 1-0. Spain will probably hold on because they have good defense. And then this killer ball, was it Danny Blint that played the ball? Just a punt from nowhere.
Probably got him to Man United.
Yeah, crazy ball out of nowhere. And then the diving headers from nowhereville that looped over the keeper and then got Holland back into the game. And then they went on to batter Spain in the second half, 5-1. And then my favourite bit about this goal, obviously the goal was great, but then Van Persie ran, I don't know how many yards to the halfway line. Van Gaal's come out with his little clipboard and they've done this headmaster schoolboy, weird, awkward high five with each other. And it was brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant.
Van Gaal, Jay, think about Van Gaal in general wasn't one of those people, was he either? He wasn't one to show emotion on the sidelines. No. Obviously did that famous flop at United at that time, but he wasn't one for that, was he?
No, he was very stoic kind of character, wasn't he? I think, but I don't remember the high five with Van Persie. I have to go and look back at that. But I guess sometimes when things are happening that moment in the World Cup, right? It's a special thing in it. So you got to maybe enjoy it a bit more. But it was an amazing game. That was definitely same as Chris. That was my pick of the tournament. I think that 5-1 was just unbelievable. And it was
Spain
early on as well.
I think the funny thing with that was also, I think it was Van Gaal that dropped Van Persie from United. And he was the guy that that was the beginning of the end for him.
Yeah.
I loved it. We need to get this guy. We just need,
it was Danny Blint.
I just want an hour show with this fella. Bought the Mexico kit in 2015. Telling you, mate, got treated like a king when he wore it.
Sorry, I'll text you boys the link to the goal.
Spain were one of the highlights, weren't they, as well? Spain were one of the ones we talked about, these high profile teams. They didn't get out the group. They lost the next game 2-0 to Chile. didn't get out the group.
Yeah.
And, you know, we talked about other ones. Obviously, England and Italy didn't get out of their group. Costa Rica ended up winning that. Yeah. Uruguay beat England. England were terrible at that point. But then you've also got to remember that USA got out of a group. And I know Sal mentioned it there as well. Like, this was a decent group. Portugal, Germany, Ghana, USA. And USA got out of that group. Germany won it. USA came second, then Portugal, then Ghana. And that's another one worth mentioning. So you've got Portugal, Spain, who were the champions, and then Italy and England, who didn't get out the groups. And then obviously everything went into the group stages. But there was a lot of good teams there. I mean, I'm going through the list now, and there was some good teams there.
The one that sticks out for the United States, obviously, you know, I've been in the States long, same as you, Gary, 20 odd years. The one that sticks out for that is I was watching some of the games in Los Angeles and some of the games in Texas, and it was the first tournament, I think, where they had that "I Believe That We Can Win" song.
Yeah,
and everywhere you went, that's all you heard. That you know, that chant, "I believe that," and it's almost bad as the USA kind of thing. And there was a couple of games, I'm not going to lie, and I've got the US shirt, and I'll always root for America and whatnot. But it was a couple of games watching where I was happy that, you know, I was kind of underdog cheering for the other team to win. Not going to lie about that, you know.
So I can think of a few people are going to come flying in the comments.
Here we go.
I'm a green card application. That wasn't, you know, something that was done at the time, but it was more to the fact that it was just that song was so annoying, wasn't it? Let's be real.
Yes,
it was so annoying.
For a while.
But I will say this I can remember this game vividly. USA Belgium in the second round was one of the better Tim Howard stood on his head in that game, made some unbelievable saves. And it was also this was a tournament, and we'll talk about players who got to move. He's a cult hero for me, but Divock Origi got his big move to Liverpool off the back of this tournament, and he was very young as well at the time. It was almost I think Liverpool signed him and then sent him back out on loan.
Yeah,
I'm not sure he was at Lille or something.
Belgium had such a really young team at that time because Lukaku was still a kid. Kevin De Bruyne was still young as well. And that was what I think at that time they were talking about, you know, this is going to be maybe not this World Cup, but the next World Cup is when they're really going to do something. And Belgium were, I think, tipped one of the favourites for 2018. And they never quite got there, did they? Those players never really they tried a few different coaches and a few different systems and whatnot, but they had a cracking team in that tournament. Cracking team. And I think it took extra time to beat the USA as well.
Yeah, what do you reckon on that though, Jay? Belgium, I feel like I hear the same thing now with Belgium ever since 2014. You know what? They're going to be good. Next time they're going to be good. And then they have Martinez comes in with Thierry Henry and Graham Jones, of all people, to coach them again for a couple of years in Russia. Then 2022, same thing. There you go. Yeah, I remember that one.
I can click too. I can click too. Look at that.
That's excellent. That's excellent. But what do you reckon? Belgium always seem to be proverbial underachievers, don't they?
Right, and everyone talks, like you said, this is their time, this is their golden generation, whatever you want to call it, right? And it's really interesting because you look at each position and each player, and it really is a world-class player playing in a world-class team at that club level, especially at that time as well, right? And they just never, 2018 they got to the semis, didn't they? They lost in the semis, but it's interesting that they don't have enough just to get over that final hurdle to beat that one extra big team. I'd have to look back at all their results, and I don't recall them ever beating the big boys ever. They lost to France in 2018, and this World Cup, they got knocked out by
Argentina beat them in this one.
Right. So again, it's like you're not beating those big boy teams you've got to beat if you're gonna hold up that title. And the semi-finals were 4 quality teams, weren't they? Brazil, Germany, Holland, and Argentina, and Belgium could easily be in that 4. But it's an interesting one that they just never have had enough just to kick it through with the talent that they've got.
Portugal as well, couldn't it?
Huh?
Same could be said for Portugal as well.
Yeah, and is it 100% right? More golden generations.
I'd argue England are in there as well, to be fair.
But is it pressure? Is it the fact that we've not done it before, so we don't know how to do it? I don't know. it's the same game for both teams, and that's always going to hang over their head until they win it. And then when they win it, if they don't win it more, they're going to be scrutinized more, depending on that team, right? It's always a challenging thing to do, and at the end of the day, only one team's coming out on top, right?
I know. It kind of happened with this one as well, though, doesn't it? Like, you talk about that flat track bully thing. Like, Belgium will always beat teams. Like, England always steamroll the groups. Belgium always do well in the group, and then they get to these tournaments and they just can't do it. Like England, ruthless for that. Belgium obviously now are starting to gain a little bit of a reputation. Holland are another team like that, aren't they, as well? The Netherlands, they just can't get it. Like, even in this one, they get to the semi-finals, they play Argentina, it goes to penalties, and they just can't get over the line. Again, the same thing happened in 98, right? They lose to Brazil. Is it Brazil? They lose the penalties to Brazil in 98?
Yeah.
And then they get beat in the final in 2010. And even in this one, I remember, what was I talking about? Ron Vlaar was the penalty taker.
Vlaar,
If we had the money, maybe if Numazine, makes us a little bit of money down the line, we all come out like bandits. We all make out like bandits. Maybe I can pronounce it properly. But
he was at the Villa at the time.
Yeah, and he takes the pen. I don't remember this, Jay. Like, he takes the pen, right, in the penalty shootout. Romero dives and saves it. It flies up in the air, comes down, and the spin on the ball takes it into the net. But so technically it's a goal, but it was, I don't know what it was, the time passed or whatever happened. It didn't stand, and then obviously the next one went. And
did he say it went over like the bar before it came back in? I forget.
No, I think it spun.
Yeah, it spun. It spun.
That's a fair shout. That's a fair shout.
That's a fair shout as well. Tim Krul. Yeah. It's true though, isn't it? Like Netherlands as well, another one. Belgium, England, Netherlands all had massive potential and have had it and still have it, but just can't seem to get themselves over the line. But yeah. All right. Any others, or do we move on to the final? What do we think?
The Brazil-Germany game. Brazil-Germany game. Because Well, the Brazil-Germany game, you had 4 goals in 6 minutes, and it was like a freak period where I remember watching it, just thinking they've scored again, and Brazil didn't know what to do. The stadium was shocked, right? Because Brazil's a home nation. They're one of the favorites they probably were the favorites, I think, to win it. But you talk about that Germany team in 2014. If you go back 2 or 3 World Cups, it was very similar to how Belgium was in this World Cup, because they had a good nucleus of young players. You had Joachim Löw as the coach, who was basically taking these kids at the time, thinking it was like, Gary doesn't like him, in maybe 4 or 8 years' time, they'll be ready. And everybody kind of like, Schweinsteiger, Lahm, who else did they have? Goetze, Muller, everything just clicked. Everything just clicked in this World Cup for them. And they absolutely battered Brazil in that game.
And it was 7-0. It was 7-0.
7-1.
It was 7-0. Brazil scored in the 90th minute. Oscar scored in the 90th minute. And this was supposed to be Neymar's tournament, wasn't it? Like, everyone was on about it. He was young, but this was supposed to be his tournament, and he was supposed to make the difference.
Did he?
Did he get injured?
He got injured. His shoulder.
Back shoulder.
Yeah.
So he didn't play in the semi, right?
Yeah.
I think was it the Colombia game he got injured in?
Yeah, the quarterfinal, right?
Yeah.
I remember him being in tears, wasn't he? He was crying about it.
They kicked the crap out of him in that game, Brazil.
Yeah.
It's not a bad shout. Is it the worst home result ever? Like, a team getting back. I mean, still get to the semi-final, but like, to get walloped 7-1.
Right.
Yeah.
No one in their life is betting that ever, right? 7-1. I might say, all right, I fancy Germany to win this one, 2-1, penalties, maybe, whatever. But no one's ever gone 7-1, even 4-1, right?
You never see in the group stages either. Even when you get the big superstars against like the smaller nations, you never see those kind of results. So it was just, again, those 4 goals in 6 minutes. Put it on your YouTube after, have a little watch of that. And it was just like kapow, 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 kapow. All great finishes as well. All proper quality finishes.
It's right, though. Like, even our mate SAS, then he says the same thing. Like, that Germany team, like, think about some of the others. Like, Schürrle played. Remember, Schürrle played for he was at Fulham for a while. He was top at the time.
He was at Chelsea as well, wasn't he?
Goetze was top before he got injured. He was all right. We don't have to bring that into it, really, for crying out loud. All right, but we have to. There's always someone, and it had to be an American brings that one up. But it was like they weren't even involved in 39 either. So like it was.
It's on the bench.
Yeah, they were on the bench waiting to come on. But it was constant, wasn't it? It was every player. If you went through that Germany squad again, you don't want to go through that squad from that tournament. I'm sure every game, every player, every position was just top. And they were at the peak, like they were at the peak of where they were. That's exactly what these golden generations are supposed to do.
Maybe
we did it with a manager who constantly picking his nose and sticking his hands down his pants.
I wasn't going to go there, Gary. But maybe that's England's problem with a lot of things is we're always trying to win the tournament right now, right? We're not looking at the planning for the next one or getting a good young nucleus group of players to thinking, okay, if we keep this core together now, maybe in 2, 4, 6 years' time, they'll be ready to go on and do something. And I think that's what Germany were doing, prior tournaments to this. Because I think in 2010, they were probably pushed to be one of the favourites, being the home nation and everything. And they never really went on to do anything. But they were looking at building that team, getting the right players together. And you're not ready now, but let's keep that good nucleus together.
It happened with France, didn't it, as well, before 1998? It was the Clairefontaine stuff and having that team together and that this was when we were going to do it and this is when we were going to pull the trigger. Now, you have a lot of external factors with England. And again, I don't like going on about this all the time because it makes it sound like we're overly partisan towards England. The only reason I've got this up on the wall is to remind people that England were actually at this World Cup for a brief period of time. But they just can't seem to get the timing right. And I don't know. I'd like to think that because we've got a German manager now, maybe they could do something this time, but who knows? Who knows? But
time will tell.
No, so yeah, exactly. Time will tell. All right. So just to answer the question that we had there, name 2 players from European countries that scored a hat-trick at Brazil. All right, but the answer to those were, did you have any idea? We had one shout in the comments already.
Yeah, it's one of your boys. One of your old boys got another 3 in a different fixture.
It did, yeah. It was Muller for Germany, which was one of the shouts, and Shaqiri. For Switzerland against Honduras, yeah. That was a good one. All right. Before we go to the final, which we're talking about all these great games, and the finals are 1-0 extra time. Before we go to the final, who won the young player of the tournament in Brazil 2014? Like, think about some of the names we've thrown out, but
Rodriguez.
there's a lot of names that we didn't throw out as well. Like, there's lots to go at here. But the question is, who won young player of the tournament at Brazil 2014? Don't forget to fire it in the comments. Have a little bit of time to get it in there. All right. It's not a bad shout, but we never know. You never know.
Thinking of catchphrase. It's a good answer, but it's not quite right.
It's good, but it's not right. I know, yeah, exactly. Mr. Chip.
I got some other stats.
Go on then.
I just got some other stats. So it was the first time that teams from the same continent had won 3 consecutive World Cups following Italy and Spain. It was also the first time a European nation had won a World Cup in the Americas.
Interesting. Look at you, Stato.
Right,
what do you think of the game? Can you remember much about the game?
No, the only thing I can really remember is it went to extra time, and I didn't want it to go to extra time. That's all I can really remember about it. I remember the goal, because everyone thought it was going to go to penalties, right? It was just both teams. Once you get to extra time, it's a game of chess, and everyone was being very conservative and kind of like a bit of a freak goal as well, if you remember. It was kind of like not against a run of play, a little counter goal from a cute angle.
They beat him near post. They beat him near post.
Yeah. And one hit wonder, right? Goetze was the next best thing. And did he get a move off the back of this, or had he got his big money move by then?
I think wasn't Goetze playing for Dortmund at the time?
But
go to Munich.
And then he got his big injury, and kind of that was the end of him, right?
He had a strange injury. He didn't have something to do with his stomach. That was like a weird intestinal injury or something like that with Goetze. Because again, Liverpool were linked with him at moments as well. But it was a cracking finish. And again, you know what? I have the picture for us because that's what we talked about. And you know what? The one thing that we've not talked about, and I hate it, and I'm going to bring it up in a minute. There's the trophy. There's a picture of them all. There's some absolute players in there, by the way.
Look at just looking at Muller on the right. It's almost like a caricature.
He's a man. Look at it. Who've you got in there, though? You've got
Ozil. Yeah, that's one that sticks out.
Muller, Closer,
Schweinsteiger, Hummels at the back. Hummels is one of the best players of that tournament as well.
And Philip Lahm was always brilliant, wasn't he? The fullback.
Oh, everything. Just missed the consistency.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, it was a good Khedira, a good nucleus of players that kind of pretty much peaked at that tournament. You know, we had a lot of players after that tournament pretty much didn't retire, but, you know, they pretty much went out to pasture and whatnot. But everything just clicked at the right time.
That was a good point. Higuain missed a chance in the first half. He went through on goal and missed it. Cost Messi 2 trophies.
Well, the beautiful thing is FIFA made sure Messi got 1 trophy, so we don't have to worry about anybody costing a trophy. FIFA will always make sure that Messi got his golden trophy.
That's it. Yeah, Toni Kroos. That is a good midfield, isn't it?
Yeah.
SAS coming in, flying with the things. You know what I forgot? To show you? Arguably the best goal at the World Cup as well.
Oh, James.
Yeah, and I've got it as a GIF, haven't I, again? Because we got, licensing rights and all the rest of it. I know you want to show it, Chris, but we can't. This is the angle we've got of it, Jay. This is quality, this, by the way. You're having this. Bang. Pick that out. It's legend, isn't it, that? He's such a good player.
He was a beast at that tournament. Like Jay said, until he got injured, he was a beast all the way throughout that tournament and pretty much made several financial moves off the back of that tournament alone where clubs were just wanted to take a chance with him, right? He dwindles his career down and ends up playing at Goodison Park.
Do you know where he is now, though? That's a good question. Where's James? I know, but where's James Rodriguez now?
I guess he's back in South America, would be my guess.
He's playing for Minnesota United in the MLS.
No, he really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. No joke. No joke.
On that note,
we're going to go to the question. There's we did get a couple of shout outs on this one. I think this might surprise people because everyone's leaning. Everyone say we've had James again. James actually won the Golden Boot. Neymar, sorry, not Neymar.
6 goals.
Messi won the Golden Ball for the best player, but the winner. You know what? We're going to go to that in a minute.
What are you saying, Jay? Jay, what are you saying? You've kept quiet on this one.
Young player here, aren't we?
Young player. We'll take incorrect spelling ones as well. That's a good guess, but it's not quite right.
I know it's not Ricky Lambert because he was a little bit too old, wasn't he?
He's a bit old.
I go with Ghost, but it's a guess. It's a stab in the dark.
You know what's funny, right? I'm going to give you the answer, and then I'm going to show you that someone's got it right. So I'm going to preface this by saying it was Pogba, and our friend in Houston did for the record.
Yes. Good lad.
He's played a blinder for us today. But yeah, Pogba. You forget, don't you, how good he was?
That was his Juventus period, wasn't it? And he was just an absolute beast back then.
He should never have gone back to United.
Age is still only 19, 20.
Oh, maybe a bit older than that. But I mean, here's a shout for you. He's just started playing for Monaco again. So he's just come back after
he got let go.
Oh, they let him go.
He's been let go, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how much I was today.
He couldn't get injured. He got injured. He got too much.
Oh, I was going to say, is he going to make the World Cup squad? You never know. You never know.
He'd be like Beckham. He'll be on the bench to coach.
Mate, Kante's still playing. His legs have gone.
Yeah, true. So
his legs are long gone.
Sal makes this point about Schürrle bounced around the Prem after that. We have a. It's funny he says that, right, Chris? Because we have a little segment here of players who got to move.
There is a drum roll in one of the things on the side. I found it when you left me alone, and I was just doing these shows by myself because you were dicking around in Georgia somewhere. There's a drum roll in there
with the national team. Yeah, are you ready? Okay, ready? Don't say a word. So we're just going to we'll start again. So this next bit, Chris, is about players who got a move off the back of World Cup 2014.
Oh, I got it.
That was legend.
That Whitney Houston thing.
James Rodriguez went to Madrid. There's some moody ones in here as well, by the way, but we're just going to go with it anyway. Daley Blunt went to Man United. The legend that is Divock Origi went to Liverpool. Keylor Navas went to Madrid. Alexis Sanchez was at Barcelona but got a move to Arsenal. This is a good one. Griezmann went to Atletico Madrid off the back of this. and he was still there because he was dancing around on the pitch yesterday. Marcus Rojo went to Man United. Di Maria went to Man United.
Yeah.
Enna Valencia, for the Ecuadorians in the room, went to West Ham. Did you know that, Jay?
Oh, no.
Exactly, because he probably did nothing for West Ham. DeAndre Yedlin went to Spurs and then later Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah.
And then this is a belt of this. And Chelsea fans.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Kevin De Bruyne, out of the back of this tournament, left Chelsea, went to Wolfsburg, and then the rest is history. Came back to Man City, 2 years later, maybe? 1 year later?
Yeah, something like that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he wasn't away for long, was he?
Unbelievable.
There's one more. Who else went to Man United that summer?
Go on.
Louis van Gaal.
Didn't work out too well for him, did it?
No. He took his clipboard with him.
He did. He did take his clipboard. He fell over with his
We should do managers as well. We should do coaches. We should do managers who got a move after that. Because that's
I think there'll be a few this time.
Wasn't your boy at that World Cup? Wasn't Houllier at that?
Oh, I'm not sure. We'll have to look. We'll have to go back into the coffers for that one. But I think that's us, mate. I think that's us for this week.
That's it.
As always, listen, thank you so much for getting involved. We appreciate all the comments, the guys who are tuning in from all over the US and all over the world, to be fair. Appreciate it. If you haven't done already, please like and subscribe us. Instagram, YouTube. We're going to be up on TikTok soon and also on Facebook at EPL Across the Pond. This has been World Cup Wednesday. We have... What do we have tomorrow? EPL preview show tomorrow, Chris.
It's my favourite. If you're on tonight, join us tomorrow. We'll talk everything Premier League. We'll talk about our predictions last week, which were atrocious, if we're perfectly honest. We'll talk about all the games coming up this week as we lock into the exciting end of the Premier League season, should we say, as things get warming up for the summer. There's been lots of transfer speculations for the summer. There's lots of coaches stuff. Kev, you the best. So join us tomorrow, same time. We're live on all the things as well for our EPL preview show.
Jay, thanks again, mate. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for having me again, guys. I love it. Anytime.
You and your fan club. Go back upstairs, give Krista a hug and a kiss from us. And we'll see you later, all right? Take it easy, lads.